Tacos, nachos, hamburgers, let's eat. Pasta with prosciutto, snap peas and cream. This is just a sampling of the things you'll cook to eat. Cooking with the Smiths is fun, and hey, guess what? It's free.
Hi everybody! Welcome to another Cooking with the Smiths episode on A Very Merry Unboxing. Tonight we're going to go ahead and make one of Joshua's favorites. He wants to make chicken tacos. So we're going to show you how to make our chicken tacos. We're going to turn off the camera just for a second so that I can turn it around so we can show you all the ingredients and then we'll get to cooking, okay? Hang on 1 second.
Our taco shells, of course.
We made the taco shells earlier so that you guys wouldn't have to wait for us to make taco shells because you've already seen us make tacos before, so you know how we make our taco shells.
And those are the vegetables, lettuce, tomato, and onion, I think.
Lettuce, tomato, and onion, in case you couldn't hear that. Speak up a little bit, babe. Those are going to be for the condiments. That's what goes on top.
Cheese!
Cheese!
And whatever this thing is.
That's our garlic. That is, there it is, salsa is what we're using today, and this is our Mexican oregano.
Chopped onion.
Yeah, this is what's confusing you guys. It says chopped onion, but Mexican oregano typically comes in a little bag. I like to be able to sprinkle it out as I need it, and so I took an old bottle and used that to put our oregano in. And
we have our salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper to taste, right? And the main attraction...
Our chicken
meat. We're going to put it
in another pot.
Okay, we're going to put it into a lightly greased, with a spray grease or whatever pan. No, not going to start chopping up yet, son. So, something else that I'm not sure if I told you guys last time we did a taco video is how to actually get rid of your taco shell cooking oil. Because you don't want to pour this down your drain. If you have to pour it down the drain, you want to use super hot water and lots and lots of soap to get it through. Otherwise, take a whole bunch of paper towels and stick them in there. It absorbs it. You can pick it up. You throw it right into the garbage can, and then you can wash your pan. All right. So what I'm going to do is turn off the camera again so that Joshua can go ahead and start showing you how he cuts everything up. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, we're back.
So,
really quick, what Joshua's going to do is wash his hands with soap and water. That's one thing that Joshua Tate hasn't done yet. So he's going to wash with soap and water, and we're going to explain that first we're going to start. The soap is where the soap always is. Excuse me for a moment, everybody. Let me go ahead and get some soap for Joshua. I'm back. We're going to explain how we cut up. Now, this chicken, we do it a couple different ways. Many times, like tonight, we will just go ahead and buy a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store because it's fully cooked and all you have to do is take it off the bone. We get one that is just traditional, pretty much unseasoned. They make all the fancy schmancy ones now, garlic pepper and lemon pepper. We get traditional so that it's just pretty much a baked chicken for us. And then we pull everything off the bones. Otherwise, sometimes I will take chicken breast and I will, not yet, you're going to use a different knife to cut those. I will either boil my chicken with some celery and onion, or I will take chicken that I've baked from the night before if it wasn't some kind of fancy schmancy chicken dish, just we needed chicken to go with something else. So tonight it's a rotisserie chicken, so Joshua's going to stand back up and he's going to start chopping away. You remember that you always want to protect your fingers, right? So you go like this. He's going to be right back. I'm going to start while he goes. So I'm just going to really you can see the size chunks that they are. I'm just going to start chopping up my chicken. If I find a piece like this one feels like it's got some of that gristle, I'm just going to throw that away. We don't want to have that in our tacos. So yeah, you just take your chicken and kind of do this. If it's a chicken breast, I like to take a fork and kind of shred it apart, but this doesn't seem to come apart in the same way that those do. So, I just take it and I kind of, make small little bite-sized pieces that are going to be able to fit in a taco shell. When you're stirring it, because we're going to heat it up, even though it's fully cooked, we are going to heat it and brown it in a pan, which is what that lightly greased pan is for. It will start it will start falling apart for you. So, do you see how I'm doing this, son? Do you want to take your hand and see how it goes, or do you want to do the vegetables? What do you want to do? So, I'll hold it, and you chop it. Let me show you how it feels. You need to hold higher up here. Joshua's never actually helped make his chicken tacos. This is going to be Joshua's first time actually making his chicken tacos. You hold it like this, son. You see that? Yes. Okay. And do you feel how it feels to chop that? So go ahead and chop. If your hand is here, you're less likely to cut where you shouldn't. And you want to kind of hold it this way. No, you hold it this way. Hold it in a claw so that you're not going to cut a finger. So we chop up our chicken. You want me to do the chicken?
Yeah.
I'm going to finish the chicken. Joshua's going to go ahead and pause this while I finish chopping up the chicken. When I'm done chopping up the chicken, we'll come back and show you some more. So Joshua, if you would just pause for us, that would be great. Hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, we've got our chicken kind of minced up here. And you know, I've always wanted this super huge kitchen, but it is kind of nice to have a smaller kitchen because I can literally reach over and put something in the sink if I need to. So our chicken is minced up. So what we do is we go ahead and start preheating our pan. I put it at, you know, like a medium high. If you've got numbers like we do, it's like a 7. I put it on like 7, and this is an electric glass stove. All of them are different, so you know, you decide where you think that your stove needs to be, and after you do it a couple times, you'll figure out where it needs to be. If you need to move it down in the middle, that's what you do. So Joshua's going to start mincing up our vegetables now. So, son, again, you need both hands. Both hands. So what you do is we just, you know, mince up our onions here. See how onions actually have to be sliced? Joshua thought he could just go chit like they do. You know, Uncle Matthew does that. He's a chef. Whatever. We don't actually know how to do that, so we grate it. So as it gets lower, you pull it up and you just mince up. We're starting with onions.
Is this the onion that makes you tear up?
No. You know, sometimes when you cut open a fresh onion, usually like a white onion,
Some fell on the floor.
then we won't use whatever fell on the floor.
Yeah,
A white onion or a yellow onion can make you tear up. You will, but in a moment. We're not using those. These lovely green onions that grow in the garden like a little sprig, they don't tend to make your eyes tear up. So Joshua, look at me. We've already washed all these vegetables, by the way. This, you want to shred. Can you do that for me? Very carefully. So you want to shred, yes, go ahead. Just like saw it if you need to. You want to shred up your lettuce. And if it turns out too thick, you can always go back through and re-chop that. Move your fingers, move your fingers, move your fingers. You want to make sure you move your fingers, people. Like that. Okay, we'll go back through and shred this. But you want it, you know, you want nice shreddy lettuce. You want it shreddy. So now you want to try your hand at tomatoes. You want to know the trick that I have to tomatoes? The trick that I have to tomatoes is I like puncture the skin where I want to cut it. That way I can put my blade in there, and when I saw, it's going to go straight through. So you want to hold your tomato at the end and saw, saw, saw. Okay, saw the other one. You know, my brother has really awesome, watch your fingers, really awesome knives that'll shoot straight through a tomato. I've probably got a couple in there that do that. I'm just not experienced enough to figure that out on my own. So, you know, I cook for my family, not for all kinds of people. Anyway, mince up your tomatoes. Make sure that they're all good and minced up. Watch, he won't even eat it. He's not a tomato fan. Mince up your tomatoes, mince up your onions, and shred up your no, not like that, like this. Like go, woot, woot. So could you all see that? I take the tip of my knife and I just go, I want to cut here, and I want to cut here. And then when I put my, let me show them, when I put my knife in it, you know, instead of like rolling around on the top of the tomato for a while, it goes straight through. It's awesome. Love it. Instead of smashing, like I should have actually done that to this, and I didn't, and I smashed it. So we're going to go ahead and finish this part up, and then we will show you how we make our meat. Joshua's going to try it really quick. No, you got to actually puncture it. Poke, Poke. Now, saw. Watch your fingers. Okay, watch your fingers more. Oh, you're not sawing. If you saw it, it just happens. He didn't saw. He smushed. He smushed. We're smushed. That's okay. Like I said, this is actually Joshua's first time actually helping to make the chicken tacos that he likes so much. So this is a really awesome learning experience for Joshua.
Hello.
You know, they're getting to that age where, you know, like once a week, it's going to be dinner night for them. When I was young, once a week, each of us kids had to make dinner for the family because you know why? That's how you learn things like this. So once a week, each of us had to make a dinner for the family. And they are getting close to that age where they're going to have to start making a dinner. And I don't care if it's the same dinner every single time. It still teaches them responsibility. It teaches them, you know, some respect for what those of us who take care of the family do.
And yesterday,
Yesterday.
were you gonna have? Did you?
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Yes.
got
Last
something to say.
night we watched Annie, and
Totally off topic, but you know that's.
She
Okay.
made like
Oh, not totally off topic.
milk stuff, and like milk and like chicken and orange and bell
Oh, yeah.
pepper.
She made this dish that she wanted to make for, you know, her adopted dad, the new Annie movie. And it was completely like something that no one in the world would ever make. But if you've never, ever cooked anything before, sure, you might think that that's totally normal. So, you know, our goal is for them to grow up to be, you know, functioning human beings and be able to take care of themselves and their loved ones. And so, you know, one of the ways to start is chores like cleaning bathrooms and vacuuming. Another way is cooking meals. And so they're getting to that age
I've
where,
already started vacuuming.
yeah. And so they're getting to that age where they will be, each of them cooking a meal for the family, you know, supervised at first. And then when they get more comfortable and older, unsupervised, because that's how it went in my family and it worked for us and nobody died and none of us got food poisoning and it was really beautiful. So that's what's going to happen. Joshua's going to go ahead and pause until we finish with the vegetables. We'll show you how to do the meat.
And now we are going to put all the stuff in the pan.
Now we're going to put the stuff in the pan in case you couldn't hear because that was very quiet.
Is curl up that thing.
I like to use a squishy, so we preheated our pan so you can hear it maybe hopefully sizzling. And now what Joshua's going to do is start tossing that around. You need to hold this with one hand. Just turn it around because I find it easier since we're right-handed. So you toss it around slightly and not toss it like this. Okay, you toss it around as in, not toss it. Can you listen to me? Toss it around as in we kind of stir it. Because do you see every time you tossed it, you threw meat out of the pan? You're just going to kind of stir it and keep it from getting to the bottom. Okay? So, again, I'm going to let everybody know that by tossing it around, what I really meant was we're going to stir it so that it doesn't start to stick to the bottom. However, in a minute, we're just going to go ahead and leave it. Let me get this chicken back. There's literally like a taco's worth of chicken on the stove. So Joshua's going to go ahead and put the spoon down now. Joshua, put the spoon down.
Can I see Mama for a second?
No, Tanner wants to see me for a second, but I'm doing a cooking video. Joshua did not interrupt Tanner's cooking video, so Tanner needs to not interrupt Joshua's cooking video. So, something that you need is garlic. You ready? You ready? I'm going to sprinkle it in. Are you ready to stir?
Yeah.
Okay, start stirring. So I just buy these handy dandy. You know, so much of what I do is based on how much time I have. I could certainly mince up my garlic myself, but do I really have time to do that when I have to first make the dog dinner? Our dog is in liver failure, and so she has to have home-cooked meals now because she cannot have animal fat and kibble is not good for her. So now she gets, now see, it's getting a little too hot, so I just turned it down to low. And yes, I took over from you for a minute. This is your first adventure into making chicken tacos. Chill out, dude. All right, keep going. So, we have to make Suki dinner because she still needs protein and special things, but she cannot be fed by kibble, or she can't have animal fat. And so lots of rice, lots of vegetables, lots of hard-boiled eggs. So first I got to make our dog dinner. And then, so what you're going to do with this though, when I pour it in, is you're going to crumple it up. Okay? You're going to like grind it up in your hand. This Mexican oregano comes in pretty, you make a bowl, pretty large flakes, really too big in my opinion. So you crumble it up, you grind it up. That's what my grandma taught me to do. You grind it up, just like, whoop, over the pan. Just start like you're gonna put lotion on, over the pan. There you go. Stir that on in. Stir it all on in. Yeah, there's always ingredients left on your hands when you cook like this. All right, I lost train of thought of where I was. It doesn't really matter.
Like the stuff you put in pizza?
Yes, we also use our Mexican oregano on our pizzas. When we make homemade pizzas, which we'll have to do a video of that. Let me toss it for a second. Okay, salt and pepper. I'm going to go ahead and let Joshua do that gently with the salt. Salt and pepper to taste. So, good enough. That's enough salt. Pepper, our pepper grinder, or it's not a grinder, our little pepper thingy here takes longer for it to come out. Go ahead. So I'm going to let Joshua, and more pepper and more pepper. It takes a long time for this pepper to come out. So salt and pepper to taste though. So just to recap, so we put our chicken meat in here to kind of brown it.
This is how you don't make it take that long, just...
Oh, we'll do it like that. Well, very smart. Thank you for showing me that. You think that's enough pepper? Okay. Recap. We put our chicken meat in here after it was minced up. We added some garlic to it while it was warming. We put our Mexican oregano in here, and then salt and pepper to taste. What I would like to show you really quickly, so I'm going to have to turn off the camera so that I can turn it back on in reverse mode, is how I said it would fall apart once it's in the pan. I want to show you how it's falling apart. So Joshua's going to stop it and we're going to turn it around. So you can see here, if I can get my fingers out of the way, that it's actually fallen apart quite nicely. So when you put this into a taco shell, you've got a nice shredded chicken in your taco shell. So I'm going to stop it again. We're going to go ahead and get everything ready to build some tacos, and then the young one over here will take a first bite and let you know how it goes. Hang on. Hi again. Okay, so we're going to just really quickly show you how we build our tacos. We go ahead and put some chicken meat in there. It's hard to see when somebody's arm is in the way. We put some chicken meat in there. Joshua actually doesn't like all this extra stuff. All Joshua likes is cheese, which is something that I forgot to get out of the refrigerator. We also buy quite often pre-spreaded cheese because, like I said, you know, we're all busy. Any convenience that we can find that can help us get through dinner time easier, hey, I'm all for it. Lots of times we do spread our own cheese. I mean, I have nothing against that. It's awesome, actually, if you have the time. And, you know, sometimes you just don't have pre-shredded cheese. So you've got a block of cheese in the fridge, shred it on up, people. So Joshua likes just cheese and chicken in his tortilla. Before he takes a bite, though, we're going to show you.
Can I try and make one?
You can absolutely pour some chicken meat on in there. He's going to get a stool so that he can make this taco for his dad to try. Is Daddy in here or is Daddy on the roof?
He's in here. He came in.
Daddy's in here. Daddy, we need you. We need you for a bite.
Mom.
For a bite. We're making one for you and Joshua to both try. One the way that we eat it, one the way that Joshua eats it. Tiny bit of lettuce. Okay, a little bit of tomatoes there. Tiny bit of onions. Daddy's not as much of an onion fan as I am, so ooh, that's good. Put it back. And since his fingers are all wet, I'm gonna get the cheese.
I'll wash my hands.
I'll get the cheese. It's just fine. Daddy also needs salsa, and Joshua doesn't like the salsa. Get me a spoon out of there, my love.
I will. Just dry it off my hands. Hi.
If you can't get your jars open, hit it on the bottom. It does something to
I'll
it.
use a can opener.
We've got a really nifty, like, kind of vintage one that was from Mark's dad. Tanner's saying hi right now. All right, so now we've got our ingredients all on there. Joshua's going to go ahead and take a bite. And then Daddy, wherever Daddy went, Daddy's going to take a bite. And then that's it. for
Do
our
I do
video
it now?
tonight. So here goes Joshua with his first bite. And you got to tell us how your tacos turned out. Well, what do you think? He took a huge bite, people. He took a huge bite. Here goes Daddy with his
There's
bite.
all kinds of good stuff in it, it looks like.
Don't they look
Very good.
alike when they're chewing? I mean, look at them.
Tomatoes, some onions, cheese and lettuce.
Joshua spiced up your chicken for you. How's it taste? You
That's
can get in there
very
even
good
though you
stuff.
don't eat meat? You can get in
Very
there even
good.
though you don't eat meat?
Good job, guys. Good job on making it.
All right.
That's really good.
That's it. That's our chicken tacos. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share away. And make yourself some chicken tacos. They're awesome, people. Gosh, you guys. Bye-bye.